Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Church in Charleston. I am Gail Powell Simmons, a member of your vestry board. Ooh, it's chilly today. I know, just a little bit. We are the, oh gosh, what is the thing here? I'm doing this on the fly, y'all. Yeah. Thank you. We are an inclusive community of inspiration, love, and service committed to creating a better world. If you're joining us here virtually, please pay attention to the QR code at the bottom of your screen. If you want to learn more information about the church or to give, scan the QR code there or click it. I'm not sure how that goes. And it will take you to the correct place to do all of that. If you are visiting us here in the sanctuary, there's a blue card in front of you. You want to learn more about the church, get our newsletter. You can fill that out and put it in the offering basket when it comes through. Important announcements. Now, this one's very important. Put your listening ears on, people. I have to read it all because it's here, okay? Bear with me. Auction sales at 5 p.m., I'm assuming, yesterday, when the auction closed, were $26,147. Oh, round of applause. Raffle sales so far total 507 tickets, and this is the raffle for a dinner anywhere around the world. If you have not jumped on this boat, jump on, honey. The boat is sailing without you. You're missing it. The raffles sales total so far is $10,140. Oh, clap, clap, clap. More information on this. Netting out the $5,000 grand prize that the church is obligated to pay, net income from the raffle sales so far is $5,140. So the net proceeds from the auction and the raffle total $31,287. Oh, you got to dance on this one. Auction and raffle sales will continue until March so that the numbers will grow with your efforts. Buy some dinner seats and grab a handful of tickets and hit up your friends, your relatives, and your colleagues. Enemies too. Just show enemies a little love and maybe they become the friend. 59 dinner seats for 11 dinners and other items have not been purchased and are available for purchase even though the auction is technically ended. We want every dinner seat filled since donors are making plans for fantastic dinners, and these are great community building and gastronomic events. Okay. All right, in lieu of our regular coffee hour, we're asked to come to the auction celebration in Gage Hall right after the service, where you will be able to see what's still available and buy available dinner seats and other items. Lily and other members of the auction team will be available here to help with bidding and payment logistics if anyone needs help. See Ren Manning. Is Ren here today? Oh, he's next door. To pick up gift cards and certificates you purchased at the auction. Touch base with donors for any information you need, and each enjoy coffee and snacks. Thank each other and Lily and celebrate success. The auction team thanks everyone for making this a successful auction, and we especially thank Lily Kohlberg for running the raffle and the auction when she was only 1 month into the job. Applause for Lily. I think that's all I have, so let's stand up, let's greet our neighbors, and welcome each other to church.
impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave dare not go, to right the unrightable wrong, to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And I know that I'll only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest. And the world will be better for this, that one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable star.
All right, a standing ovation right out the gate. I love it. Welcome everyone to our second annual Show Tune Sunday, which, as you may recall, is just something I made up for fun. And we're off to a good start. It is good to be here with you. I hope you like show tunes. We're going to hear a lot of wonderful music this morning. We have some fabulous guest artists with us. And so it's a good Sunday to be here. Despite the dreary weather, I think we're going to have some fun. Our opening words today are called You Matter by Matthew Rosen. You matter. There is no one like you, never will be again, from the birth of the earth to its outermost end. You, an eager shout, a sacred yes that moves your flesh, your bone, your breath. You, she, he, ze, they, you are whole and okay, gracefully teaching your truth and your way. You cannot be forgotten. We cherish you so. Your voice in your hands can do more than you know. You see old things anew. You turn them and test them. Your wonder exhausts our old words to express them. You speak and lay bare all you dig up and hold aloft from the dust of conventions grown cold. You upend every rock and pursue every glimmer and give a new name to each sparkle and shimmer. You chart out new paths, go beyond our horizons, new friendships, new stories, our hope always rising. You welcome and wanted, whatever your skin, wherever the neighborhood you were born in. You play across fences that keep us divided. Old walls become weak where your love is ignited. You call us to questions and kindness, reminding the life of our living is found in the finding. You, there is no one like you, never will be again. From the birth of the earth to its outermost end, you matter, you do. We'll keep learning with you. Now stand on our shoulders. See what you can do.
I'd like to welcome Casey sharing up to light our chalice. For those of you who are with us from home, if you'd like to join us in this sacred ritual, we encourage you to light a chalice or a candle. Do you hear the people singing a song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes.
Hello. There I am. Okay. You guys are tall. This is a lot easier. Hi. Before we sing the next piece, this is a congregational hymn that we're doing, but I thought some context was in order. So if you don't know the show Hadestown, it's actually one of my favorites out there. It's a bluegrass folk setting of the Greek story of Orpheus. Orpheus being was considered the greatest musician alive. His wife Eurydice died. She was bitten by a snake. He went to Hades, to the underworld, to go save her. And this musical is about that. The song we're about to sing is actually when he arrives in Hadestown, and it's a song led by Hades. It's portrayed as Hades is like this, basically a mogul who owns the whole town, and everybody's under his control. And if you've already looked at the words, you probably understand that these words don't really reflect values. They're actually quite antithetical. We did this on purpose to sort of approach as a creative way to approach things we disagree with, and difficult topics. But the way the song works, it's call and response. Hades will sing or speak, and then we as a congregation repeat back to him. And every time the verse comes back, we add a little bit more. So you sing what you sang, and then you add a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. It's kind of like the 12 Days of Christmas, like that style of. So well, I don't know. It's yes, it's so cherry. No, in architecture, in form, it's the same way where you add on to it. And I think that's all I need to say about that. So as you are willing and able, please stand as we sing "Why We Build the Wall."
Why do we build the wall? My children, why do we build the wall?
Why do we build the wall? We build the wall to keep us free. That's why we build the wall. We build the wall to keep us free.
How does the wall keep us free? My children, how does the wall keep us free?
How does the wall keep us free? The wall keeps out the enemy, and we build the wall to keep us free. That's why we build the wall. We build the wall to keep us free.
Who do we call the enemy? My children, who do we call the enemy?
Who do we call the enemy? The enemy is poverty, and the wall keeps out the enemy, and we build the wall to keep us free. That's why we build the wall. We build the wall to keep us free.
Because we have and they have not, my children, because they want what we have got.
Because we have and they have not, because they want what we have got. The enemy is poverty, and the wall keeps out the enemy. And we build the wall to keep us free. That's why we build the wall. We build the wall to keep us free.
What do we have that they should want? My children, what do we have that they should want?
What do we have that they should want? We have a wall to work upon. We have work and they have none.
And our work is never done, my children, and the war is never won. The enemy is poverty, and the wall keeps out the enemy. And we build the wall to keep us free. That's why we build the wall. We build the wall to keep us free. We build the wall to keep us free. Spooky.
Good morning. So this is the time for all ages, so I invite kids of any age to come sit with me, and we'll read the story together. Good to see you all. So I wanted to start by acknowledging our collective grief, all our feelings about what's happening in the world and our country right now. I want to take a moment of silence. So let's just close our eyes and acknowledge and feel what we feel and know that everyone here is probably feeling something similar. And coming back. Thank you. So this book is called When God Made You, and it says the word God a lot, and we are UUs, so we get to have whatever name or concept of God that we want to. So does anyone want to share for me other words that you might have for the word God? Yes. What is it? Okay. Make believe? Yes. Jesus. Any other words? The divine? The universe? Yep. Goddess, yeah. Flow of life? What was that? Nature. Love. Source. Yeah.
Kindness. A person.
Thank you, everybody. So feel free to use whatever word or concept for God that you have or don't have when we read this story. So I have two very special friends from our religious education class who are going to help me read. Sophia and Marseille, come on up. Sophia and Marseille. You, when God made you all shiny and new. An incredible you, a you all your own, a you unlike anyone else has ever known. An exclusive design, one God refined. You're a perfectly crafted one of a kind. 'Cause when God made you, somehow God knew that the world needed someone exactly like you.
So be you, fully you, a show-stopping review. Life, your life in full color, every tint, every hue. Discover, explore, have faith, but love more, and learn and relearn all that God made for you. Use your talents and passions, those gifts that God fashioned. Think up ideas, then put them to action.
'Cause God loves your creating, your true self displaying, when light on the inside through art is portraying. When you make believe the stories conceived, the heroics and magic, those tricks up your sleeve.
When you dance alone, spinning like a cyclone, being whoever, whatever, in a world all your own.
God smiles and hears why in the spark of your eye a familiar reflection shines bright from inside.
'Cause when God made you and the world oohed and awed, in heaven they called you an image of God.
You, when God dreams about you, God dreams about all in you will be true. That you, God's you, will be hopeful and kind, a giver who lives with all heart, soul, and mind.
A dreamer who dreams in big and small themes, one who keeps dreaming in journeys upstream. A mover, a shaker, a lover of nature.
A builder of bridges, you the peacemaker.
And you who views others and sisters and brothers and lives by 3 words, love one another.
A confident you, strong and brave too.
You being you is God's dream coming true.
'Cause when God made you, all of heaven was beaming.
Over you, God was smiling and already dreaming.
Great job. One, two, three.
Great job, everybody. All right. So let's turn now to our book of life, our shared journal of the joys and sorrows and the milestones that are among us as a community. I invite you to enter into a spirit of love and find yourself here with a sense of reverence as we hear these entries. We'll take a deep breath together. Longtime member of our church, Marjorie Beecher, who had moved to Maine, passed away on January 1st, 2026. Our social justice team thanks you all for writing over 100 postcards to your state legislature demanding racial justice and to please pass the Pinckney hate crimes bill, living our UU values. So thank you all, and thank you, social justice. With all that is going on in our world today, many of us are here this morning with a lot on our minds. Something that's on my mind is this winter storm, because I'm supposed to be flying to Albuquerque tomorrow for a UU Ministers Conference, so lifting up traveling mercies for all the UUs who are trying to fly across the country today, and also holding this storm in our hearts and our minds, and praying for lots of safety and hoping that everybody gets through it without too much trouble. And I know some of us are here with unsettled spirits. Some of us are here with anxiety and fear. Some of us are wondering what to do next and how. Some of us need help holding on to hope. And all of that is welcome in this moment. It's welcome here. So let's settle into a time of silent meditation. We'll ground ourselves in love as we pray for peace in our nation and peace in our world. Let's hold the silence together for just a moment. I'd like to conclude this time of prayer and meditation with a prayer from UUA President, Reverend Dr. Sophia Betancourt, who prayed this yesterday. God of many names and one abundant love, on this day, as we once again grieve in horror at the mindless and morally bankrupt murder of yet another observer in South Minneapolis, help us stay connected to one another as grief and rage, exhaustion and despair make their way through us and through our communities. Help us prepare our resistance for the long haul, inspire our disruption, and keep us connected in these destabilizing times. Keep the strains of protest songs alive in our hearts for the coming weeks, months, and years. No one is getting left behind this time. We will sing together and tell our songs of victory, and our children know themselves to be safe and whole. May it ever be so. Amen, Ashe, and blessed be.
Lift up your head, wash off your mascara. Here, take my Kleenex, wipe that lipstick away. Show me your face, clean as the morning. I know things were bad, but now they're okay. Suddenly Seymour is standing beside you. You don't need no makeup, don't have to pretend. Suddenly Seymour is here to provide you with sweet understanding. Seymour's your friend.
Nobody ever treated me kindly. Daddy left early. Mama was poor. I'd meet a man and I'd follow him blindly. He'd snap his fingers me, I'd say sure. Suddenly Seymour is standing beside me. He don't give me orders, he don't condescend. Suddenly Seymour is here to provide me sweet understanding. Seymour's my friend.
Tell me this feeling lasts till forever. Tell me the bad times are clean washed away.
Please understand that it's still strange and frightening for losers like I've been. It's so hard to say. Suddenly Seymour.
Suddenly Seymour.
He's standing beside me.
He's standing beside you.
He don't give me orders.
Suddenly Seymour.
He don't condescend.
Yes, you can.
How to
Be more.
the girl that's inside me.
With sweet understanding.
With sweet understanding.
With sweet understanding.
With sweet understanding.
With sweet understanding. Seymour's your man.
Whew. Just a note, this is an excerpt from the reading Desiderata. Go placidly among the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all people. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, for even the dull and ignorant have their story too. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to your spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for there will always be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. You are a child of the universe. No less than the trees and the stars, you have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him or her to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful, strive to be happy. Our next hymn that we will sing together is from the musical South Pacific. How many of you remember that? My sisters and I can sing every word to that. So South Pacific is the iconic musical that was written by Rodgers and Hammerstein. It was premiered on Broadway in 1949. It was based on James Michener's book, Tales of the South Pacific, which he wrote in 1947. The show tackled very controversial themes at the time of racial prejudice, bigotry, overcoming ingrained stereotypes. It was set in World War II in the Pacific, and it challenged American racial norms through interracial romance, life struggles of its characters who had to try to accept differences, and it was a groundbreaking subject for its time. So I invite you to stand or take whatever posture and join us in singing, "You've Got to Be Carefully Taught."
We did not print the lyrics for this, so I'm sorry. If you know it, please sing along. If not, just listen to the choir.
You've got to be taught to hate and fear. You've got to be taught from year to year. It's got to be drowned in your dear little ear. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught to be afraid of people whose eyes are oddly made, and people whose skin is a different shade. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught before it's too late, before you are 6 or 7 or 8, to hate all the people your relatives hate. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be carefully taught.
One of the things I love about show tunes and musical theater is, of course, the social commentary that it provides and is sort of evergreen, perhaps. And so it's been a fun week planning this service and thinking about all this rich content. And another thing that musical theater does is it helps us find our true selves and express ourselves. And so, please bear with me as I describe a little bit of my coming of age process as I was discovering myself. When I was in middle school, it was my daily mission to dress as strangely as possible. I wanted to stand out. I wanted to be different. Other kids my age were going to the mall and going to the Gap, and I assume were trying to find clothes that would help them fit in. I was taking the bus downtown to the thrift store to find the weirdest clothes I could. I delighted in the quirky, off-the-wall stuff that I found there. I loved like old band t-shirts and loud prints. It was the 90s, and so there I was in an ankle-length skirt with Doc Marten boots, and I had this thick hemp choker necklace that I made at a UU Youth Con and had this big chalice. I wore that for years. I know now that I wasn't necessarily as unique as I thought I was, and I know now that my fashion choices were pretty on brand for like a UU teenager, and they were developmentally appropriate, right? After all, middle school is the perfect time for kids to find themselves, to experiment, to try out different things and new looks. It's a time for self-differentiating from your family of origin and from your community. It's a time for discovering who you are. And I took that task very seriously. I was determined to self-differentiate from my parents, who, to my dismay as a middle school, always dressed like total normies. On top of that, They had stereotypically normal habits and hobbies. Like my mom loves to sew and cook. My dad likes motorcycles and fast cars. How boring, how embarrassing for a 7th grader trying to be cool. But even though I was disappointed in them, I knew in my heart of hearts, somehow deep inside, I knew that my parents were surprising if you got to know them, maybe even cool, although I never told them. In a sea of Minnesota Lutherans, they were UUs. They were free thinkers. They were open-minded. They taught me and my brother to be accepting of all people. They taught us to be brave and to follow our own paths. They taught us to be compassionate and kind. They cultivated in us loving and liberating values. And so in my mind, I felt like something was different about us. We were different than other families, and I wanted everybody to know it, and I wanted my appearance to show that. But at some point, I think it was towards 9th grade, I started to lose my enthusiasm for this daily effort of purposefully looking strange. And I remember asking my mom one day how she and my dad could do it. How could they be like cool? I didn't say that, but how could they be different and original and true to themselves, but look so utterly normal on the outside? And my mom sat me down and we talked, and she said, you know, it doesn't matter to me and your dad about what people look like on the outside. What matters is on the inside. And that included themselves, she told me. She said that so long as they knew who they were and were comfortable within, it didn't matter how the world, how other people perceived them. And that's when I realized I was spending way too much time thinking about what other people thought about me. I was way too concerned with other people's opinions. So after this conversation, I slowly relaxed my aesthetic. From the outside, maybe my classmates thought, oh, she's trying to fit in. Well, I was actually just getting more comfortable and caring a whole lot less about what anybody thought. I started to realize that being true to oneself doesn't require so much effort. And I suspect a lot of us live within this tension of trying to both stand out and fit in, to be yourself and belong to the whole, to the group, to be authentic and part of the community. Has anybody wrestled with something like that in middle school or otherwise? In her book, Braving the Wilderness, The Quest for True Belonging and the Courage to Stand Alone, Brene Brown says, we're hardwired for belonging. It's in our DNA. But let me tell you what belonging is, she says, by describing its opposite. The opposite of belonging, from the research, is fitting in. Fitting in is assessing and acclimating. It's saying, here's what I should do. Here's what I shouldn't say. Here's what I should say. Here's what I should avoid talking about. Here's what I should dress like, what I should look like. That's fitting in, she says. But belonging is belonging to yourself first, speaking your truth, telling your story, and never betraying yourself for people. True belonging doesn't require you to change who you are. It requires you to be who you are. So today, caring considerably less about what I'm wearing and being more relaxed is part of who I am, which is not an endorsement for you to stop dressing weirdly if that's your thing. You do you. It's a lot of fun to play with appearance, and so if you're having fun, if I'm having fun, we're all good. But when you start stressing about it, that's when I think it's time to slow down and approach your daily choices a little bit differently, because it doesn't matter so much what other people think. I am happy that I get to be me, and I am happy knowing that you get to be you, and that each one of us is already unique just the way we are, without doing a thing. Each one of us already always belongs. I am, and I belong. You are, and you belong. Living into this truth, and becoming more fully and truly our unique selves is part of the spiritual journey. For to know oneself is to know the sacred. As 14th century German mystic and philosopher Meister Eckhart said, "None can know God who does not know himself first." Or as St. Augustine famously prayed, "Grant, Lord, that I may know myself, that I may know thee." What he meant was self-knowledge and knowledge of the holy are inseparable. And what that says to me today is it's a reminder that we are each on our own unique, intimate spiritual journey that reveals a unique aspect of the divine, of the holy. Each one of us reflects a different, distinct side of the sacred. Each one of us is good and holy and beloved because of our differences, not in spite of them. Of course, the world will try to tell you otherwise, won't it? If we're not careful, the world will teach us to be afraid, and instead of celebrating our uniqueness and our differences, it will invite us to exploit them. Like we heard in the song, "You've Got to Be Carefully Taught" from South Pacific, the world will try to teach us to fear people who are different rather than celebrating our differences. And maybe it's always been this way. I know that. But we're seeing this dangerous mentality escalating today in our nation, aren't we? That fear of difference instead of celebrating it. People are being targeted for looking different, for having different customs, for having different beliefs, or for simply being what somebody determines is other. What that means for us as Unitarian Universalists in this moment is that we get to lean into our religious principles of justice, equity, and compassion, of respect for diversity, of religious tolerance, of pluralism, now more than ever. And what this meant for many people was that they went to Minneapolis last week. Remember I was telling you about the clergy call to Minneapolis last week in my sermon? Well, more than 600 people answered that call I was telling you about and went to the Twin Cities to peacefully protest and live into liberal religious values of inclusion and pluralism, respect for diversity. They joined in solidarity with tens of thousands of Minnesotans. Well over 50,000 people were on the streets of Minneapolis on Friday. Some estimates go up to 100,000. And they were chanting, "No hate, no fear, immigrants are welcome here." And around 100 of the visiting clergy got arrested at the Minneapolis-St. Paul airport while demanding ICE out of the Twin Cities. It may have been 20 below zero that day in Minnesota, but it was heartwarming to see that many Americans peacefully rise up and love our neighbors out loud. Everyone who went that I talked to said the same thing. Minnesotans know how to be good neighbors. They know how to look out for one another and take care of each other. And that is true for us too. We know how to do this. Our strength, our power is in our relationships and in our neighborliness, in getting to know one another and supporting those close around us, despite our differences. The way forward from this moment is in knowing our neighbors personally and protecting them, loving them, celebrating them, for they cannot divide a people who know and love one another. Nevertheless, they keep trying. Again, today we mourn. After a weekend of solidarity, love, and fighting for justice, another Minnesotan was murdered by ICE yesterday on the sidewalk right outside of the coffee shop I used to spend hours in as a college student when I was studying for exams, in a place I still consider home, in a neighborhood, on a street I'm intimately familiar with. And so I've got whiplash thinking about the last few days. So much love and neighborliness, and so much fear and hatred at the same time. The escalation of the events that resulted in yesterday's murder feels to me like retaliation against all that love and resistance and goodness that was out on the streets. For like I was saying last week, what they saw in Minneapolis, a people committed to freedom and justice, love and light, united across religion, across race, across class and gender, is terrifying to the forces of evil, to this administration. And scared, weak people lash out and continue this pattern we're in of callous and inhumane disregard for life and the rule of law that we're seeing in our country. We, the people, are the ones who have the power, who scare them. We, the people, are the ones who can stop this, and we will together. Each one of us will do our part. That's all it takes. Not everyone has to march in the streets. There are many, many important roles to fill in this moment. In addition to people marching, we need medics. We need legal observers. We need marshals and chaplains and friends. We need people to help with childcare and food and bail funds and truth-telling. We need advocates, people embedded in the system nationwide who can use their knowledge and expertise and influence to navigate injustice and reinvent our systems from within. We need organizers, visionaries who see the big picture and bring resources and talent together. We need caregivers, people providing love and support to those in need of care. Not everyone can go out and march, but anyone can be someone to come home to. Everyone can do their parts, whatever it is, their part, your part for the movement. And so, beloveds, the invitation in this moment, as hard as it is to stay true to yourself. I know you. We know each other. In our heart of hearts, we value goodness and decency, kindness and neighborliness, compassion, and above all else, love. Stay true to yourself. Never lose sight of these core values. They're ours, we share them, and that's the most important thing you can do for justice right now, being true to your core values, living into your worth as a child of the sacred, as a gorgeous piece of the infinitely diverse universe who can act for good. As 16th century Christian mystic Teresa of Avila noted of the sacred, God says, if you want to know me in yourself. And if you want to find yourself in me. Being true to yourself, being in touch with your divine, given, precious sacredness is an act of resistance, friends. Never forget that. If you can just do that, it will be enough. Just stay true to yourself. The moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends towards justice, said Dr. King, who was paraphrasing a 19th century Unitarian minister and abolitionist, Theodore Parker. Our values run deep and long. Sometimes it's hard to believe that the moral arc of the universe bends towards justice, but as far as I can tell, if ever there was a moment to have faith in it, that would be today. Believe in the moral arc of the universe. Believe in yourself. Believe in justice and truth. And above all else, believe in love. Rejoice in diversity. Because to the holy, these things are a reason for great joy. To the sacred, these things, every variation, every unique expression of life, your life, is a delight. To the universe, which is firmly on the side of love, you and your great belonging to the family of things is reason for praise. So we keep going, firmly rooted in love and justice, and we stay joyful, right? They can't take joy away from us. It was Dan Savage who once said, during the darkest days of the AIDS crisis, we buried our friends in the morning, we protested in the afternoon, and we danced all night. The dance kept us in the fight because it was the dance we were fighting for. Beloveds, we are once again fighting for the dance, for the joy of simply being able to be ourselves and for everyone else to be the same, to be themselves. Let us be the ones to make this so. Amen, and blessed be.
Moments, the ushers will come forward to take the collection. For those of you here in the sanctuary, you can either put your offering in the basket. We have a QR code as well if you would like to give electronically. For those of you who are joining us from home, you can go on our website or you can scan the QR code that will be on your screen. As you know, I like to do a little riff on the offering. This one is a riff from Hamilton. History has its eyes on the work we do here, but we're not throwing away our shot to draw near. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now, to plant these seeds together and fulfill our vow. It's not just a collection, it's the story we write of a future we're building, burning ever so bright. So let's rise up and give for the work that we do that we know is right.
The sun comes up, I think about you. The coffee cup, I think about you. I want you so, it's like I'm losing my mind. The morning ends, I think about you. I talk to friends, I think about you. And do they know it's like I'm losing my mind? All afternoon doing every little chore, the thought of you stays bright. Sometimes I stand in the middle of the floor, not going left, not going right. I dim the lights and think about you, spend sleepless nights to think about you. You said you loved me, or were you just being kind? Or am I losing my mind? I want you so, it's like I'm losing my mind. And do they know it's like I'm losing my mind? think about you. You said you loved me, or were you just being kind? Or am I losing my
I'll invite Casey to come back up and extinguish the chalice. If we could all read together the words in your order of service. We extinguish this chalice flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Our final hymn is from the 1959 Broadway musical, The Sound of Music. The underlying moral of The Sound of Music is that personal integrity, staying true to yourself and to your conscience, is the ultimate source of freedom. While Sound of Music is often remembered with its catchy tunes and its beautiful scenery, the story is actually a profound study on how to live an authentic life when facing pressure from society, from authority, and even from your own fears. We join together in singing our closing hymn.
every mountain,
I leave you with these words from Parker Palmer. Our deepest calling is to grow into our authentic selfhood, whether or not it confirms to some image of who we ought to be. As we do, we will not only find the joy that every human being seeks, we will also find our path of authentic service in the world. May it be so.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Oh.